so excited to be here because today is a Valentine Day, and then the world is really colored red everywhere. You turn is just red color, left, right, and center. But it's unfortunate that I'm not wearing red, but in my heart is that red blood that is pumping. Good morning and welcome to today's live on Equa Television. And today we are going to be looking at one important topic that even before the show started, already people have started commenting, and I was like, wow, I guess maybe today's show is going to take us like 2 hours again, like the other day that we had our own way, with that beautiful topic. But well, let's see how it goes today. The topic is that should Christian celebrate Valentine? Well, I have able people well ready to do the needful today, which I have Joyce Jakada, the lover girl, and then I have
Which one is the lover girl? My name is Joyce Jakada. Thank you for introducing me. Next person.
I'm still having breakfast. I'm introducing the show.
Valentinos.
well, we have Jemima on the set, and then we have Engineer Tony J. Nakadi.
Thank you for joining us.
The coach, the love coach,
Waneke.
doctor.
Relationship therapist.
Can I
Yes.
leave the set?
No,
Yeah.
no.
I am a man of God. I'm an evangelist. That's who I am.
Well, we have Evangelist Tony J.
In
Nakadi.
other words,
Yeah.
I'm not useful on this show only Wednesdays. So I'll be showing up only on Wednesdays.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
On this
The-
special day.
the special day, Lovers Day. The world tag.
What's the topic again?
Should
Hmm?
Christian celebrate
You didn't
Lovers
send
Day?
the memo. I didn't get the memo.
Wow, but you got
Wow.
it now. It's not late.
Well, out there, people, have different opinion on this particular day, 14th February. While when the world target to be Lovers Day, 14th February.
And
That's
some
when,
people.
yeah. Okay, let's put it that way. And then anywhere you turn, you just see all these red colors, gifts flying. People. Let me say, putting on people's face, what they got or what they get, on days like this.
Aww.
All these and the rest. Thank you for the gift, and those memes that are flying now, like, oh, don't tell us thank you for the gift, like show
Explain.
us what is like the gift, and then if you are saying somebody have done this for you because of love, explain to us what the person has done, that deserve you.
Jemima got
It's
a
not,
wristwatch.
it's not all about thank you for all you do. What do you do?
Jemima got a wristwatch. It's just unfortunate it's black.
This is an old
Red.
wristwatch.
Okay, from
Okay.
the previous Valentine. Old wristwatch from old Valentine.
No, she has plenty. Yes, she normally wear them to match.
Okay.
So the next time she wear red, you will see.
Oh, amen. Amen.
Really, Ima is trying. When it comes to Valentine,
Who is
you
Ima?
know, her husband.
Okay.
Yes, he's really trying. And Joyce too.
You people do Valentine? I thought you are married to a Christian.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you do Valentine?
It depends.
Kuntabai.
But you Christians celebrate Valentine.
Kuntabai.
We'll look into it.
Oh, wow. Kasa answer was yes or no. Ba?
Joyce, you Christians celebrate.
Dress.
Well, let me begin on this.
You're asking the celebrant if Christians should celebrate. Val celeb.
God,
On what you stand again?
Christ
The solid rock.
Let me begin with this disclaimer.
Mm.
Number one, I'm not a lover girl. Number two, I'm not the celebrant.
It's not a disclaimer. It's not a disclaimer. If you say it's a disclaimer, that means you can never be. You are warning people.
As we speak right now, I'm not the lover girl.
Okay, now.
I'm not the lover girl.
Okay.
Like
For
I
now.
was introduced. I'm not the lover girl.
For now.
And I'm not the celebrant.
For now.
I'm not even the celebrant's friend.
For now.
Okay. So, but then,
So what are you doing on the set?
I love love.
Whoa! You see, that's a bigger description that we put in. You are in love. Oh,
I love. I'm not a lover girl. Okay, so let's begin with
somebody
your
who
question.
likes fixing cars, is he not a mechanic?
Mechanic.
Why are you angry that we call you a
let's
mechanic?
begin. I'm not a lover girl, but I love love. Like, absolutely. I love love.
I got pink, you know.
I love love. Yeah.
Ah.
So,
But she would get you.
she-
But the people would
But-
get
well, all over the world, today, like you rightly explained, everywhere you see different colors. But I think that culture is depreciating somehow, the culture of red, because leaving my house to the office, like I can count the number of people I saw wearing red. But while a lot of people across countries are celebrating Valentine today, are celebrating love today, are reminiscing on their love life and all of that. Quickly to your question, Christians,
The answer is it yes or no?
I'll get to that.
No, I just want to skip. We'll come back to it.
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Christians are in the world, right? But they
Yes.
are not of the world.
Yes.
So they're in the world, they are not of the world. In my opinion, Christians should celebrate Valentine, because the word Valentine, we speak about Valentine, it has transcended between, like, from one century to the other. Like, it means different things to different people and all. But so for me, I think Christians celebrate Valentine because when you talk about love, the real definition and expression of love for me is found in Christianity. Sacrifice, like I'll always link the love to sacrifice, and you find that only
Sorry,
in
let me interrupt
Christianity.
you for a second.
So for me,
Ma,
Christians should celebrate
Let me
love.
interrupt. Please, can they get me my eyeglass? Please, I can't see well.
Okay. So I think Christians should celebrate.
My go glass. I
Christians.
can only hear the voice. I can't see the Christians should celebrate love.
I think
Yeah. Okay.
Christians
They should
should
celebrate
celebrate
You
love.
think, or it's your opinion?
They should. My opinion, I said.
Jemima.
Just like she said, Christianity is all about love. And
We're talking about Valentine. Why are you people changing the topic?
should a
Yeah, no.
celebrate?
What is our topic?
Should
Should
a
a
Christian
Christian
celebrate
celebrate
Valentine?
Valentine?
Yes.
You said a Christian should celebrate love. We're talking about Valentine. We're not talking about love.
Should a Christian celebrate Valentine? Yes, a Christian should celebrate Valentine.
So start your topic. Start your.
Okay, like I said,
Before you were
Christianity is
interrupted.
about love. Is about love.
Jemima,
And
no.
Christ encouraged. No, I'm just starting.
Jemima,
Let me
no.
get to a
No.
point where.
Let us establish the fact first.
Okay.
Is the Valentine the Jesus kind of love? If no, leave Bible out when you are talking about this topic. Except you are making a reference.
Okay,
Fine.
probably if you would allow me to go
Oh,
on the
wow.
way and land, you would
Wow.
understand better.
Oh, wow. You have joined Joyce. Go ahead.
Okay, so like I tried saying twice.
Say, I'm very good in a side here on the show.
Amakai rhymes, fam. Join Joyce.
Go ahead.
No, let
If
me
they will
answer.
allow
Jemima
me.
joined Joyce.
Ah! Jemima join Joyce.
In other words, she was rudely interrupted. Go ahead.
Okay, it is about love. Christ encouraged us to love one another, to share, to sacrifice, and to do all that we can. So, be it on Valentine's Day or on any other day apart from Valentine, we should be able to share love. We should be able to practice love. We should be able to celebrate love. If we're just dwelling on just the Valentine's Day, then what happens to the other days? we would not love each other. We will not share with each other. Christ loved us and gave himself for us. So we should be able to love people back and be able to celebrate Valentine's Day. Should Christians celebrate Valentine's? It depends on the individual, that person and God. A lot of people would see Valentine's as a wrong thing. Others see it as a harmless thing. Others are indifferent. They are just on the fence. Well, I can celebrate and I can decide not to. So I feel it depends on an individual, between that person and God. If you feel you want to celebrate Valentine as a Christian, then you should celebrate it in the way that God would be happy and proud of you. How can you do that? Share with people. Sacrifice, go out, donate. Even if you can't do all of that, preach Christ. Do things that God would be happy with you. Left to me, Valentine's is not a bad thing. Celebrating the day is not a bad thing. Just like we all have birthdays, we celebrate our birthdays. It doesn't mean any other day that is not our birthday we do not celebrate. We celebrate ourselves every day, but that day is more like a special sacred day. So if you want to celebrate Valentine, you should do that as a Christian, as a child of God that you are. When Romans talked about, do not conform to the pattern of the world, but be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. You should not follow what the world has pointed out. Okay, this is how you have to do it, and then you go doing it that way. No, let them follow the pattern of God through you and celebrate.
So your answer is Christians should celebrate Valentine.
It depends on the individual.
They all know that they are not saying the right thing. That's why it takes them long to answer it. How can a Christian celebrate Valentine? That's the question. That's the question as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
For today's life,
Valentine
where
is
everyone,
love.
if you had allowed me
Okay,
finish.
okay.
Are my glasses here?
1-1.
Did you wear it? I can see you now. What is the origin of the love that a Christian has?
Christ.
His death on the cross of Calvary and all of that. What is the origin of Valentine's?
Okay.
What is it? Just what is it?
They are different when
No,
you go through history.
No.
they are different.
This one is Seth Valentine's.
Okay.
He was not even a believer.
There are different histories to this. We were not there when it all happened or when it all started.
Okay,
In fact, for some people,
who is the origin of Valentine?
okay, for some
Who
research,
is the origin of Valentine?
history has it
The
that is
name
a priest.
of the
It's a
name.
priest
Who is
that was
who
called.
is?
That's what I'm saying.
The name.
A
the
name. He's a
What
priest
is your
called
name?
Valentine.
What is your
My name is Joyce.
Give me the name of the person.
Valentine, priest Valentine.
Okay. Who is he?
He's a Christian matter based on history. That's why I said there are different versions to it. It was a priest who wrote a letter
Who
to
told
his
you that St. Valentine was a Christian priest?
That's what I'm saying. There are different histories. We are not there when it started.
So which one do you believe?
I just believe that if Valentine is about love, a Christian should celebrate Valentine.
Did you answer my question, Joyce?
I just did. I was not there.
Who
to tell
told you? Who told you?
Who told me?
Yeah.
I researched.
And you read?
Yes.
And you believe that the person was a Christian priest?
Well, if I
Joyce,
can come in.
not
Okay.
you.
All right.
If you allow me finish.
That's what I read.
And you believe it.
I would not say I don't believe it
You
because I was still
can't
there.
say that because you are even doing this when you are answering. This one to a burning issue.
And he refused to burn it.
Go and research back. Said Valentine was not a Christian.
Okay, can I come in a little?
Hold on, Jamima. But even if he was not a Christian, in fact, most of the days we mark and the celebrations we do as Christians today, if you go back to history, they are being linked to pagans. They are being linked to some certain gods. In
Who
fact,
is
it was
arguing that,
just
Joyce?
it was just last.
Who is arguing that? Nobody. You brought the issue of Valentine's, and that's what we're discussing. If you want us to discuss paganism and what other people brought, let's talk about it on a different day. But since today we're talking about Valentine's, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Why should Christians celebrate Valentine? Should a Christian celebrate Valentine? That's the question. Now, I said, what is the origin of the love we have as Christians?
Christ.
Then why Christ?
Okay, we believe in Christ, or I believe in Christ, and he said this is the foundation of what love is. And
I thought simply put, it would be that he died for us, and because of the love that he has for us.
Same thing I was trying about
and
to
love
say.
was born at his death. Is
That-
how
that's
we
what
can
I'm-
simply? Okay, so explain to me in the same instance, Valentine's.
Okay, it's a day that is set aside. Now, I'm now disregarding the history of how it's just a holiday, a day that is set aside to celebrate love. And for some people, it began as like bringing people
Sorry,
that are
let me
in love.
interrupt you. We just gave a very short definition of why Christians love, because of the birth of Jesus Christ and his death, and then his resurrection, and then it was there that love was born for Christian, right? Okay. Why? What is the difference between that? Or if we bring the same scenario to the issue of St. Valentine's, how can you explain that?
Okay, for a Christian, the perfect example is the death of Christ on the cross. Now, for Valentine is a day set aside for people that share affection. Now, to either appreciate each other, basically to appreciate each other. So, if I'm a Christian and I have someone I call the love of my life, or there's somebody I say, oh, I love this person, which I'm not tying it to that day.
Joyce,
But then,
why was
if a
explaining the
holiday-
love of Christ shorter, and then that of Valentine's longer?
So that people can understand
No, it's
clearer.
not so that it's so that I can believe what you are saying.
No, I'm not saying you should be. You don't have to believe what I'm saying.
I'm just saying. You understand? I'm just saying.
No, but you don't have to believe.
There is nothing to celebrate about Valentine's. The root cause of every love is that one that Jesus brought. Number one, even though that one is spiritual. Even when you talk about love, the Bible has set antecedents already on how we should love. That is why people mostly have problems in their relationship.
So are you saying you should not appreciate the person that you love, or you have affection
Who
for?
said so?
You should not appreciate. So that this
So
Valentine
are you also
was.
saying I should wait till 14 before
I'm
I
not saying you
show
should
love?
wait.
So-
Okay, so why
That
do
is
we
the issue.
have 25th December to December as Christmas Day? That there's this special
It's the
celebration.
same,
It doesn't
it's the
say
same
that we don't.
theory as it's the same theory as St. Valentine's, because the day is idolized.
So it doesn't, but if you are celebrating or appreciating the person you're affectionate to, it doesn't mean that you don't appreciate the person the remaining.
So are you
the remaining
comparing
days
25th December to 14th of January of February?
No, they are all
So why are
days
you
that are
bringing
set
the
aside.
They are all dates that has been set aside.
To
That's just
celebrate.
what I'm saying.
Okay, Joyce.
There are dates that have
Okay.
been
I
set
feel
aside.
even the 25th, a lot of people don't believe in celebrating that.
Joyce, what are the things that people do, and what percentage of these people do the right thing on the 14th of February?
I've not done that research, but
Why? Why? If it mattered to you so well that you had to research about Valentine's to even find out that he was
no,
a Christian
I mean
priest,
to give the
to
percentage.
even find out that he was a Christian priest, and you are saying it in church today that he's a Christian priest.
Well, I've not done research to tell you the percentage.
He was a Christian
Personally-
priest from which church?
Personally,
From which church?
personally,
Dayton Kiakari and Keurinko.
I've
Joyce said
celebrated
Valentine's
Valentine.
was an unbeliever. Believe me.
Okay.
And that's the reason why I, as a Christian, will not celebrate Valentine. I will not even honor the day. I was watching, like, you are forced to read a lot of things, even if they are not intentional, even if it's not intentional. When you flip through your phone, we are engrossed by this social media thing, and everywhere you turn to, you see that Facebook is on your left, or Instagram is on your right, or status is behind you, or something, Tinder, or whatever it is, it's right in front of you. Everybody is posting St. Valentine as though the hardship of this country has reduced. Reduced, not ended. Like we stopped being who we are. We paid. Do you know that there are people now that are at the airport waiting for their flight to fly to a different location to meet somebody, to do ungodly things and come back on a day that we are rejoicing, on a day that we are celebrating? You see, it starts by letting people know that these days, you understand, they are not even biblical, first of all. They are not.
But do you
know that even Muslims, if you go today, you see some of them going out, taking their wives, their girlfriends, and all of these things out. Some of them don't even know the significance. Even Christians, some of them don't know. Ask somebody, just like you are privileged to know, wrongly though, that who was his name, that he was a priest.
Valentine.
You have even tried to at least go and make a research. Maybe it's for even the purpose of this show, who knows, so that you can have something to say. Why send? You can't tell. But some people don't know jack about the day. They just know that it's Lovers' Day. What do lovers do on that day? Sir, when I was in secondary school, if you see how girls were talking about, there's a way they used to, they were taking drawing book to tear it and draw hearts and put an arrow. And then they say, to the one I love. No name. If you see it, you know that you have a secret admirer. It was like one girl will give like 4 or 5 guys. Whatever it happens, then you see people trekking from Angon Soya to only Lamingo to go and see a man, or a man trekking to go and see a girl, and at 11 you are going back home. For a day you have no research, for a day you know nothing about, for a day that is just, as far as I'm concerned, historic.
Okay, you see, I also want to say this. All of these
Don't
holidays,
retaliate, or just
I'm
give
not
your point.
retaliating.
Because
All
I'm
of
not
these
far away
days-
from a punch. If I can give Solo a handshake there.
I know. So you see, all of these holidays or all of these dates that are being set aside to mark this or that. Now, like you rightly said, it's not everybody that knows the significance
Have
of
you
some
ever
of
seen
these.
a president of any country
of
come
these
to
days.
give Valentine's speech?
So it's not everybody that's.
I'm asking you. Have you ever seen the president of any country come to give Valentine's speech?
I've
It's
not seen-
irrelevant.
Okay,
Have you seen a president of Nigeria coming on the 29th of May
that's the point I'm about to make.
or 1st of October
These
to give
days,
speech? Have you seen?
this what these things are relative. How I see this day might
It
be
surprises
different.
me how you are supporting.
That's what I'm about to say. Everybody has his perspective to
Even you,
all
you are
of these
surprising
dates.
me. This clock, we just started and see how far you have gone.
Just
Very
to-
fast.
Everybody has perspective and understanding of all of these days, and people choose how to celebrate it. You see, like I kept making reference to Christmas because when you go through the Bible, it's not like there's a specific verse or chapter that says 25th December is
If my
is
smile is
set
distracting
aside.
you, you can look at
It's set
Solo.
aside. No, it's not. It's set aside to celebrate the birth of Christ. It was an agreement. It was a date that's been set. The same thing as
By board of
Valentine.
elders.
It was set aside.
By who?
Yes, the board of elders. But then you see the same Christmas that we celebrate the birth of our King Jesus Christ, where a lot of Christians see it as a time to even reach out to those that are in need with food, with different kinds of things, try to support them. Others see it as a time to perpetrate lots of crimes. We have people that go for like they tell you that I'm saving for Christmas, but what they do in that Christmas, they go to the airport, like the example you say, they travel just to go and sleep with another person and then go back. In fact, some of the unmarried even go to spend their holiday that they were given from the office with their boyfriends or with their girlfriends. In the name of this year, my Christmas, I'm going to spend it with my boyfriend. Now, the same thing as the Valentine. For some people, it's a time for them to communicate all manner of, like, they should do all kinds of sin, because there's no other name. Sin, commit all manner of sin. Go to sleep with your whether your partner that you're unmarried to, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or for you to go engage in some kind of partying that is not like ungodly meetings and all of that. But for some people, they see it. If I am a Christian, what does love mean to me? If Valentine speaks love, if Valentine means love, what is love to me? Then it should be a moment that I should reflect on that love that I have. I have, as a Christian, celebrated. And part of my celebration where I went to a church program. Like, consistently I've been attending programs on that day. Because we are Christians, we live in a world, and the world is painting or celebrating, marking the day like this does not mean that I have to follow the pattern that the world has set aside. That is why today you find out in most churches or most of the youth fellowship, you see their programs are being organized so that youth, young people will not see love the way the world see the love, but they will see love from the angle that Christ sees it. Like, if you even ask me, from what I've seen so far, I'm seeing most of the posts, the flyers that I've been seeing are from churches, that there's going to be this program, there's going to be that program. And I see a lot of young people also posting the flyer. My church is organizing this. You hear topics like, what about love? What about dating? What about courtship? What about marriage? People like are being told what love, like a lot of teachings coming from even pastors about what love is and how you should love. Not the way the world celebrates it. Oh, it's talking about love is about affection. If you love me, prove it. You have to sleep with me. But they are telling you that it's about sacrifice. Like, if you think of love, think of Christ dying on the cross. So everybody can just choose to celebrate it the way he chooses to.
Joyce, if you think of love, think of what? Christ, what? Dying on the
cross, sacrifice.
If you think of Valentine, think of what?
That's what comes to my mind.
If you think
Perfect
of love,
love,
think of Christ dying on the cross. If you think of Valentine, think of what?
I still think of
No,
love.
attach it to a name.
I still
Doing something.
Like, for me, that's the definition of love.
Okay, so
Sacrifice. So, and when I think of Valentine, or when the day comes for me as a Christian, I reflect on how I love.
do you know? Can you remember that Equa Television, we were doing a show called Laugh It Out, and it was every 14th of February. It's just an alternative to sin. Honestly, because on days like that, you don't know what your children go out to do. Parents don't even know. You don't know what your children go out to do. There are people that cannot wait for work to close. There are people that all manner of lies just so you can escape the house. Just to either go and fetch some diseases, or there are so many things that can happen to you. And there are men that have hustled to take care of a woman that is not theirs, or a woman that can never be theirs. Because, okay, imagine with me this perception that I have of Valentine. Then I'm dating Jemima. No, then I'm dating Martha. Then Martha knows okay, let me bring it back to Joyce. Then I'm dating Joyce. And she knows that this is my standpoint, because Martha cannot do it like that. This is my standpoint. That Valentine cannot be celebrated. But she's committed to the relationship even more than I'm committed. And I'm committed to the relationship very well. And she knows that it's just a matter of time. We are getting married. Do you know that Joyce can go out and do stuff with Hassan just because I don't believe in Valentine's Day? But he does. That's what's happening. You will be shocked that of all the married men that think like Tony Nakale and are at work now, you'll be shocked that their wives can go and do a quickie with another man and come back before the husband returns. If that is what satisfaction means to them on a Valentine's Day, even if it's a 5-minute satisfaction, they are okay. You see, when you start glorifying dates like this, the idea behind the dates you must practice. Sooner or later, it's just a matter of time. And I'm not saying that everybody must be on the same page as me. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying that if I am a Christian and I believe in God, and God is the one that sent his son Jesus Christ to die for me, and he has given me precept upon precept, precept by precept, how that if I find a woman that I love, I should love her. Why should I rely on another? You see, that is why anytime I have privilege to either speak on a wedding day or speak about something that has to do with marriage, I let people know that, see, all these things that you go and pick books, they're important. Me, I won't do it. To read on how to love, no, I won't do it. Because most of the perceptions they are contrary to what the Bible says. They just try to look for a way of watering down what love means so that you can escape that route of for better, for worse. You can escape that route or route of for richer, for poorer. You can escape that route in sickness and in health. You can escape all the things that the Bible says because everybody wants to be in love. So it is not enough to say the vows. You have to gravitate from saying the vows to living the vows. And these books water down living the vows. When you say the vows, they tell you other things that seem to sway your attention from living the vows. Living, Living. Living, living, not Leaving.
I have a question for the questionnaire.
Do you understand? But it is just the basic point. 4 ways to keep a healthy relationship. 7 ways to keep your husband at home. 18 ways to stay married for the rest of your lives, written by divorcees.
And we are different. What works for
Do you understand?
Yes.
Sir, the Bible said God is the one that originated marriage. He's the one that originated love between man and woman. Why is another manual relevant to a Christian other than the Bible? Why? You are driving a Mercedes, but you are reading a Honda manual. That is what we do. If somebody has studied about marriage, about love from the word of God, you see, Christians, we like to carry, just because somebody wears suit and tie, we say he's very responsible, he's a good teacher. That is it. Go and check it. Even your growing days, before you got married, if somebody wore, what do you call these ripped jeans to your house, your father as a pastor might have reservation about the person. But wear your kaftan and come. I will not stop talking about a brother in my church. Not in just though. Who they always saw as this guy. Let him come and marry my daughter now. Uncle will not hurt a fly. Uncle, one day I came to church and they called him out for church discipline. He found his way through. I said, this brother that look like doesn't even know that part of a woman body exists. But he maneuvered. Now they are married. So you see, when we just look at certain things because they look good, it doesn't mean that something looks good. Because something looks good, it is right. There is a way that seemeth right unto man. Valentine is one of the way.
Well, for me,
I thought I was in the middle of a sermon.
Okay.
It's like I'll invite you to.
You see, honestly, the reason why I started that show,
On the Valentine.
I'm not going anywhere. So I'm not going anywhere. The reason why I started that, I came up with that idea of laugh it out, was because on that day and that time where laugh it out starts around 6, and we are in that hall till like 9. The first one we did, the ECWA president as ECWA president sat there. He was excited. He was happy. He said, "This is a good one." We paid hall then 2018 350,000 to do laugh it out.
But don't you think that for
2019,
the
I'm still in my sermon. 2019, we did laugh it out. 2020, the ECWA president told me, you have encouraged all these comedians. They are funny. This one is funnier than this one. This is a good event. At least our youth will not go and be doing other things. You see, when something comes, the fact that it is right, you can't sit down on TV and just be condemning it without doing something about it. And that was the idea. I will laugh it out. And I thank God. The program did not really expire. But I thank God that for the 3 or 4 years that program held, a lot of people have a different idea what dates like that mean. The dates can exist, but should a Christian honor it?
That's the question.
That is it, sir. Should a Christian honor it?
You see, for me, I would say.
Are you done honoring
I'm
Jesus that died for you 365 days? That you want to go and add unbelieving love?
I don't. I'm not retaliating.
See the person that says she's single.
I'm
She's
not-
fighting on set.
I'm not.
It's correct. The Bible says we should celebrate Valentine because Valentine is a priest.
You see, I was
Teacher 2nd Genesis, man.
I was at that program, laugh it out, and for me, I was really happy that on a day like that,
You are still not happy.
I was happy.
Do you know how much we
because
spent that you
event,
was
it has
was
passed
happy?
now. So I was happy that I was there. For me, that was my celebration. For all the times that I was at the church, That was my celebration. All the churches or all the Christians leaders that came up with programs on a day like this, why did they do that? Like you explained, they have seen how the world are celebrating it, and it is to counter our perspective that we live in the world does not mean we must dance to the pattern of the world.
Joyce,
We can do it
just
differently.
like you interrupted me. Kema Kichiko the daddy. In the absence of a day set aside like that, would we spend money, God's money, to be organizing program?
To counter.
Why do you stutter sometimes?
I
When
want
you are
to get- I
making
want
your
to get
points,
your
you are so fluent. When I ask questions,
No, I want to understand your point. In the absence of a day that
in the absence of a day like Valentine,
it doesn't stop a Christian from loving.
You see, you didn't even hear the question you're answering.
It
Because
doesn't.
in your
the absence,
explanation
Joyce,
earlier,
in the absence, let me ask her the
Okay.
question. In the absence of ungodly days like St. Valentine's, would we be spending God's money to
That's
do
not
program?
an ungodly day.
Okay. In the absence of that day that you love so much, that you praise,
I love every other day.
in the absence of St. Valentine's, in the absence of that day that that name that you attach to 14th February, would we spend God's money? In the absence of that day, Valentine's Day, would we spend God's money to be organizing programs just because we know people are going to do stuff for that day? No, we will not.
No. Okay, for the station, but for others they do. Even without the
You don't even understand the question.
I do.
Okay.
In the absence of that 14th, would you have organized that program?
On a church,
For-
there's not a program
for
on
you,
Wednesday.
no. But for us, for others, it doesn't stop
Midweek
them from
prayer.
organizing
Midweek
such
prayer.
Prayer, but not intentional because there was Valentine, and
Okay.
we know that something else will happen.
The questionnaire was about to
Solo,
make
is
point.
it a debate or is
It's
it?
not.
no,
It's just perspective.
It's not
To
a
the
debate,
Christian,
but
yes, you said
Certain
no.
people are taking it personal.
yes.
Oh, well.
And
They
then
are breathing hard on.
some people are
They are
and they are
talking-
sweating.
some
oh.
They
people
are
are
talking to me
relegated.
from
Please,
the
I think they
control
should
room.
increase the.
They are talking to me from
Yes,
the
yes.
control room. Some people are breathing hard on the mic. Please, some people. Some people.
Yes, Joyce.
You are about to
listen.
make a point.
In
Okay,
other words, shut up, Tony. Solo, make your point.
are you done?
Make your point.
No, are you done? I thought earlier you wanted to ask a question.
No, go ahead with your point. My
Oh.
question.
She
will
says she
come
has a
later.
question for the questionnaire.
Yes,
That's
that's
our
what.
question paper.
Okay.
No, it's him now. You see- go ahead.
She wanted to ask me a question, so I was like,
But
You
should
are
a
waiting.
Christian celebrate Valentine?
okay, I know that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
question.
Yes,
Yes.
should a Christian?
No, he's the one in charge of the show.
Yeah,
Yes,
Joyce
he
said
still
when
needs
she's
to answer.
Joyce said when she's on the show, nobody should ask her question.
It
Solo can
doesn't
be of the
apply
same
to him.
opinion.
You have
Okay,
you
let's
have
hear him.
collected the show from me and asked me all the questions.
Okay, let's hear Solo if he wants to answer or not. Let's hear him.
Should a Christian?
So you are asking me as the anchor
Yes,
to
please.
answer you.
He
Yes,
can decide
please.
not to answer because he's the anchor. He's
So
the one
you,
directing.
You
you
need to
think
answer.
the questions you ask is
Should a
There are
Christian
people-
celebrate
Valentine.
Valentine?
We all answered here. We want to hear
earlier.
his
Your
perspective.
question was neither yes or no. Why?
You should answer
Earlier.
first. You should
I
answer
don't-
first.
He's the one in charge of the show.
I was so
Samuel
in charge of
Solomon. You know, I don't even need to
Okay.
ask. I don't
Okay,
need to
you see,
ask.
for me, a Christian should not celebrate Valentine's Day.
You are a double standard man. You know why I said that? You are a double standard man. Do you know that when Mr. Solo opened the show, he said today is Valentine, that though he's not wearing the red, but at heart is what? That
It does
he's
it
happy
does not
about
mean
today.
he
I had
does
that.
not
This
mean he
is
wants
that.
to
I had
celebrate
it. But he's
ungodly
a
things.
Christian.
I had it.
He's a Christian affiliating
It
with
does
all
not
the
mean
colors.
he wants to celebrate ungodly things.
Okay. Can you?
That's double standard.
No, can you repeat what you said? I said.
Yes, you said
I
today's
said-
Valentine. You're so excited about the day that they
Okay.
should not mind, though you're not wearing
The
red.
reason why he's
From your
excited
mind,
because it is
you
the
are
day the Lord has
wearing
made. He's rejoicing and he's glad in it. Are you going to change that?
Where
Why
exactly are you
why
standing?
shouldn't a Christian celebrate Valentine?
Is it fight?
not a fight?
No.
I want to get your perspective.
He has
Why?
said it, and his point is the
because
same
I
as mine.
open a show and I say today I am happy.
No,
is-
you are just
is it-
contradicting your point. So
No,
I
he's
want to
not.
know
He's
which
not.
side you're
It's
sticking.
your
I am
level
not.
of
And I say
education.
I'm
He's not.
I'm not wearing red, but
It's
my
your level
blood.
of
I say my
education.
blood is red.
But
Okay.
Red. Who made it red? Is Jesus Christ.
No, it's,
You know, the
it's,
author
it's
of
not
love.
contradicting
All this
himself.
English.
It's the school fees they wasted on you.
Okay, I'm
It's not
speaking
contradicting-
English.
Speak is-
Jemima,
you're
me,
speaking
I'm
English.
speaking
Double,
English.
this is a clear example of double standard. I
It
think
is
we should
not.
replay the introduction.
No. Nobody is arguing what he said earlier.
Yes.
So
He
why?
has the right. The Bible says the joy of the Lord is his strength.
Oh, he has repented.
We
before the
want
time
to
of the
know
question.
exactly which side he is on.
Okay.
He told you that
Now he
he's
said
a
a
Christian.
Christian
No,
should
he
not
told you that
celebrate.
he's a
But
Christian.
initially he
and
was
as a believer,
celebrating with
he
people.
did not celebrate initially. You know, it's just the school fees
That
they
don't
wasted on
mind.
you.
That don't worry. Even though you are, I
In
do
my
not about
mind,
my
I am
mind.
putting
I am,
on
and I'm
the
so
dead.
happy
And
about
then all
today.
of a sudden, they
You are
should not celebrate it.
No, he said it.
Okay.
He has said it.
Why you happy? Why did you say you are happy that today is Valentine?
Please rephrase it.
I said
Because
I
it's the
am
day that the
happy.
Lord has made.
Jemima will repeat that intro.
We will.
Okay.
Oh yeah, give us your point. Why did you say?
Please keep your comments coming because the show.
Do we have
it-
comments? Where is my phone?
the
Do
show
we have
the,
comments?
the
Oh,
show the
Jesus.
show is meant for us to discuss, but some people just turn it to be
No,
debate.
it's perspective. You ask is a question.
Okay.
It's a question.
Yeah,
The topic
it was
is a question.
Solo,
Okay.
Solo,
And we only
me.
said
Solo.
what.
I want
A
you to
Christian.
understand. Solo, I
Yes.
want you to understand something.
yes.
I want you to understand something. Jesus has agents. Said Valentine does.
Also, yeah. You see, the problem that I have with Valentine's Day is the Valentine. Because if you say that because he showed love, because he wrote a letter, right? I now narrow it to that person that you think you love and you can go extra mile for him, right? And you can celebrate that person. How many times do you attach that affection, that love, that feelings to that person's name, and you glorify the name, the person that you see that truly
Calm
does
down.
something? You understand, that truly does something that today you can brag and say, Emmanuel, your husband did this for me, and you are proud to call his name everywhere. Why are people not narrowing down to that person that they can see? This time around is not by what you said earlier, by narration or by history. How did she put it, ma'am? I
Confusion in
forgot.
the camp.
No, it's not. You understand? She said, when he asked her, how did you know? She said there are different permutations to it.
Joyce,
What
somebody
she
is
said earlier.
attacking you.
Yeah.
He said
How did she know
interesting
what?
discussion, but one person is dominating it,
Is it me?
allowing
Is it
others
me?
to contribute. They are the one they are talking about. You are the one they are
Did I
talking
stop you
about.
from talking?
No.
Did I stop you from talking?
You are the one they are talking
Was I
about.
not the one that said talk? Oh,
You are the one they are talking about. We have a lot of comments. More knowledge of insights. That's by A. Aduga Anthony. Then we have Yaya Babayo Garba. Hello. Thank you for this interesting program. Watching from Yobe. Watching from Kafanchan. But it should be more straight for laymen and women to understand
Okay.
if it's truly biblical for a Christian to celebrate Valentine. Thank you. Then the other one that I read before and I'm reading again, Joyce Jakada. It's a very interesting topic, but Joyce Jakada is just dominating everybody with her false perception.
I have some more
of-
comments here.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why don't I?
Dumfulani Jr. says yes on the question. He
Mm.
said yes. Should a Christian celebrate Valentine? Yes. Very correct.
No, that's
Then
not. You
Nana-
just said yes. Why you say yes? Very
Very
correct.
No, he
did
said
he write it like that?
Yes, he
Did
did.
he say yes? Very correct. He said yes. Very correct.
Correct.
He said yes. Very correct.
So Nana Burkhardt said yes because it's for lovers. Christian people don't love. I don't get the point though. Then somebody responded to her and said, please write your statement, man. So I think it's not clear. Buakunam Kurawa said yes, Christians should be allowed to celebrate Valentine's because Christianity. No, this one was before the show. So
Okay, when it was posted. Right?
yes, Buakunam says yes, Christians should be allowed to celebrate Valentine's because Christianity as a whole stand on love, and love has been the reason why Christianity is different. In a contrary view, the location and how the Valentine is being celebrated matters a lot. Then we also have John Micah saying no.
He said
Perspective.
no.
No.
He's a child
Did he
of God.
shout like that?
Did he
Yes.
shout and
Yes,
say
yes,
no?
he's a child
That
of God.
no.
No, that was
If
what
you
Just
that
called
was.
me now. He
if you
said I should say that's how. There's no way you can write it that way. You can only explain it.
Sample
You see,
Solomon.
yes, like I was saying earlier, it is not right. for
I'm not
Christians
saying anything on the show
for
till the
Christians
show
to
ends
celebrate
because they
Valentine.
said that You people say I'm the one that the other speaker was okay. So
It's
off my
not
mic.
right. But you see,
Please, we
like,
need your
like
final thoughts. Bring it back.
you see, what I was trying to say, can we break it and bring it down? Yes, somebody wrote something about someone and he said this is what the person did. And it's not different. Or we can say it's not more than what some people are even doing for their partner now. But if you see the attachment to that even now some people cannot even verify whether that whatever they said concerning St. Valentine is true or not. Do you get? Because yes, something may have happened, but there's a reason why they amplify it and they make other people to see it that way. And then
I have a question for you before you continue.
Okay.
Do you set Sunday aside to go for worship?
Sunday.
Yes.
I don't understand. Me set Sunday.
What do you do on Sundays?
That's a very good question. On Sunday I do go to church.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know the history of the Sunday?
The history
Yes.
of Sunday. I know.
It's tied to what?
So why are you bringing Sunday to Valentine?
They were that Valentine was on Sunday now. We're in there. They were.
No.
Okay,
You see, like someone said, we should break it down. To be honest, a Christian should not celebrate Valentine. When I say a Christian should not celebrate Valentine, you see the world, the way the world is celebrating Valentine. That is how some people attach that day and they pick it, they honor it. You understand?
So why would you say that Christians should not celebrate like the world is celebrating? Don't you think
we're attaching honor to the day, not to the history?
Why are you crying?
It's not the history of what the person did and if he was a Christian or not. We are attaching honor to the day. Like what? What? It's about love.
Okay. Okay. I feel.
Okay, hold on.
She should have allowed me. She's just attacking me. Do you get? Jemima, wait.
To the day.
I'm trying. They said we should break it down.
Yes, that's
you
what
understand?
I'm trying to do.
Itakuma, she's
no. This is not TV. I'll be coming that it is not so remote.
Okay, we're attaching honor to the day, not really to the history
Jemima,
of what happened, right?
I didn't learn.
So we attaching. Okay, yes. In like 2 seconds I'll land. So we're attaching honor to the day. Yes, not to the history, what happened, what transpired, if he was a Christian or not, and all whatnot. That is why we are celebrating it in a godly way. We're not celebrating as the world will.
Okay.
Yes.
This is how I wanted to learn.
Okay.
Christians should take advantage of the day and explain to Christians what it means to love, not attaching love to any day.
Are you not
so in
no,
taking advantage of the day, are they in agreement?
It's two
with
different
the day?
things. That's why
when you were laughing at the laugh it out, were you not celebrating?
No. It's not. You are not celebrating.
You were doing.
You are taking advantage of the day. You understand, to create an atmosphere for believers.
So why didn't you do it before the day?
You see, when you say you are celebrating,
so in taking advantage, right? Are you on the fence? Like you're not celebrating, and you're not in support of those that are celebrating.
You're not celebrating.
Okay, so you're practically on the fence.
Once you mark that day with an event, you are celebrating
in a different way.
That's how you see it.
In a different, you are celebrating, but in a different way. You're trying to pull people. Let me probably say, pull people from the negative to see it in a positive light.
In a positive. So what is the positive? If you are talking Valentine Day and you are creating a program for Valentine, what is the background of what you are preaching that day?
That you are doing it.
Yes, that day is 14. You said
you're sharing.
You're sharing what?
You're encouraging love.
What kind of love? What kind of love?
Love the way God loved us.
How did God love us?
He died for us. He sacrificed for us. He shared with people. he's encouraging people to go out and share with others. So you are celebrating Valentine's in the way that God would be happy with you.
I
earlier
feel
on
that day we should celebrate Christ, and that's how I see it. Every day should be a day to celebrate Christ, because that's the true love.
Yeah.
Not because if you are celebrating Christ every day because he died, that is the true love. Every day falls like Valentine, 14th February, we fall on that same day because you are celebrating Christ every day because of his love.
The psalmist say, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." Every day is the Lord's day. So how I celebrate it as a Christian, the world also see it as a day, but they have their own marked activities for that day.
Yeah.
But for me as a Christian, I because I rejoice that it is a day that the Lord has made.
That's me.
Whatever I would do in that day should be what will bring honor to Christ. So if as a Christian I'm choosing to also mark this day, 14th, Valentine's Day, then I'm going to glorify God with my activities for that day. Why I asked you about the Sunday, when you look at history of of Sunday, you see a lot of people tag it to some sun god. But as a Christian, do I go out? Do I mark that day? I do. I go to church. I go to worship. Right? Is it the sun god that I'm worshiping? No. I'm worshiping my own God. So that's what I'm trying to say about this Valentine. As a Christian, I'm not disregarding your perspective, but as a Christian, for me, that this day 14th is a day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I will appreciate him. I will glorify God.
I will celebrate love of Christ, not Valentine.
I will celebrate that.
That's
love.
what we are talking.
Not Valentine. I will celebrate the Val. I will celebrate it. I will glorify God in that day. If Valentine means love, what does God say about love? That is what I should do. I should do that. So if my church,
Okay,
for
that's
example,
the meaning
is
of the name Valentine.
if my church is organizing program, I should go. I should learn. Whatever it is, I should glorify God. That's the bottom line. If the world is saying, "Oh, this is the day that we should fornicate. This is the day that we should commit adultery. This is the day that we should do all manner of sin," as a Christian, what am I setting the day to do? To glorify God, because it is the day the Lord has made. So for me, it depends on how you see it. Why some people, for them, showing affection is about sinning, but be it for fornicating, because you hear people say, "Oh, if you love me, prove it." So for them, it's this. But for me, if this day is about love, and how do I see love? Caring for one another. Today, you see even families. Oh, people trying to reach out as a family. So, since today is Valentine's Day, why can't we just package some gifts and give this person that is in need? So it has transcended even beyond lovers or beyond people that are in relationship. Now families come together and decide to give to one another. Family come together and say, "Oh, I really appreciate you, though I do this, but today I'm doing it differently." So it means differently to different people, but what do you believe in? What do you stand for? How, from your own perspective or from your standpoint, how do you see the definition of the law?
And that was why initially I said it depends on where you stand between you and God. If you feel it is okay to celebrate it, then celebrate it the right way. If you feel you don't want to celebrate it, you don't believe in it, it's fine. So whatever you choose to do, it is very much okay by you, really.
Okay.
I want to be a man of my own words. I say I'm not saying it. I hate it when I'm accused falsely.
Just your last word. Just your last word on this show. On this show.
Sorry,
Yes.
if you're offended, but I'm not saying it.
Okay. Do you have more to say?
Well, as a Christian, if you feel you should celebrate, please go on and do that in the godly way, in a way that God would be happy with you. Go out and tell people why they should not pick that day to sin, to commit anything that will be in the negative light. Make sure you show out love, you sacrifice, you do whatever it is you can, that God would be happy with you.
Just like the psalmist, this is the day the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad in it.
I said I won't talk. I didn't say I won't laugh.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me. It was really an interesting moment. I learned a lot, and then I just pray that God will keep us alive to see another 14, to bring another interesting topic. Who brought this topic? Okay, just by the way. Thank you, Engineer Tony. Thank you, Jemima. Thank you,
My
Jakada.
pleasure.
Yes.
Feels good.
And
to be
for
here.
the
Always.
viewer out there, we sincerely appreciate you giving us your precious
Thank
time.
Sampam.
And,
Thank
Sampam,
Sampam
yes.
for saying that one of us was quiet and I
Right.
was the one that was accused. Thank him. Tomorrow, let me see his or her comment on
Yes.
Facebook. I said I wouldn't say anything. I didn't
Yes.
say outside the show. This is outside
yes,
the show.
yes. Sampam, please try and do something for my sister, okay? Yeah. So thank you very much for all your comments. We sincerely appreciate for the ones that we were able to read and then the ones that we were not able to. Please, we are sorry for that. Equa Executive, thank you for this special offer, given to us to do what we know how to do here. And then for you celebrating this day today, remember that the only love that you can magnify is the love of Christ. Don't attach any man to any reason why you are loving. The love that you can magnify is the love of Christ that he showed for us by giving us the love of Christ, by dying on the cross of Calvary because of our sin. I think there's no love that is above that, and I think Christ is the ultimate. He doesn't have anybody to be compared with. So thank you so much. We pray that you will celebrate in a good way, in a Christian way. Thank you, and God bless you.